Today we're going to learn how to graph lines in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is an equation written in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. We're going to do two example problems, then we're going to move into Flash Math, and you're going to practice on your own graphing these lines. So let's get started. Our first example is y equals 2x plus 2. We're going to start by plotting my y-intercept, which is 2. So I'm going to put a point at 0, 2. Now I want to find my next point. I'm going to find my next point using my slope. My slope is my m, which is my coefficient, and it can be broken down into rise over run. So I'm looking at my slope 2, and I know that even though 2 is a whole number, it does have a denominator, and that denominator is going to be 1. So my rise is positive 2, and my run is going to be positive 1. So I'm going from my y-intercept that I just plotted, and I'm going to go up 2 from my y-intercept, and I'm going over 1 on my x. Notice that these are both going in a positive direction because both my rise and my run are both positive. Now that I've gone up 2 over 1, I can plot my new point. With these 2 points, I can then connect it and create my line. So this is the line for my equation y equals 2x plus 2. Let's try a second example. Y equals negative 2x plus 1. Again, I'm going to start by plotting my y-intercept. That's going to be my b. So I'm going to plot it at 0, 1. Remember, your y-intercept is where your point or your line crosses your y-axis, and that's your vertical axis on your coordinate plane. So at 0, 1 is my y-intercept, and from my y-intercept, I'm going to use my slope to help me find my next point. My slope is my m, which is next to my x, and that's negative 2. Slope can be broken down into my rise over run. And even though negative 2 is a whole number, I know that every whole number still has a denominator, and that denominator is 1. So my rise over run, I can break that down. My rise is going to be negative 2, and my run is going to be positive 1. I'm going to use my slope from my y-intercept to find my next point. So I'm going to go down 2 because I'm going in the negative direction in my y, and I'm going over 1. Because that's a positive 1, I'm going to the right. Now I have my second point. With these 2 points, I'm going to connect a line, and this is the graph for y equals negative 2x plus 1. Just to recap, when you're graphing lines in slope-intercept form, the first thing you always want to do is graph your y-intercept. Remember again, your y-intercept is where it crosses your y-axis. And then you can break your slope down into rise over run to find your next point. Once you have your next point, connect those points to create your line. Okay, let's move into some practice. So we're going to do some Flash Math. In Flash Math, you'll see a slide appear with an equation in slope-intercept form. You have 10 seconds to create the graph on your own. When the 10 seconds are up, you'll hear a chime and the graph will appear on the slide. Check your graph to the slide and make sure you are on the right track. Ready? Let's get started. Let me know in the comments below how you did on the Flash Math today, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!